about the ENT class through some of my friends. Went to a ride along, took the class, and then I was kind of like, well, here I am.
Getting to meet people that you've helped previously and seeing them on the street, or they've come by the station to say hello and thank you. It's just a rewarding experience. I would do it all over.
Searching for an unforgettable summer for your child? At Old Nell's Farm, campers spend days riding horses, learning horsemanship, caring for animals, making new friends, and enjoying real farm adventures. From beginners to horse lovers, our small camps offer a fun, safe, hands-on experience they'll talk about all year. Old Nell's Farm, DeVille, Louisiana. Call 318-794-9533 to register. Spots are limited.
Hi, this is Pastor Roger L. Green Sr., pastor of the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. We're welcoming you to our worship services on Sunday morning. Sunday school begin at 8 a.m. Worship services begin at 9 a.m. Come and grow with us, a place of faith, family, and fellowship. We would love to have you. Come see us Sunday morning. We'll see you there.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.
Good evening, F Central Louisiana. I'm Jack, and this is the Let's Talk show here on UrbanCast. Tonight's conversation is powered by our silver sponsor, Acadian Ambulance. Last night, we discussed physical health challenges impacting Black men and men in general, including prostate cancer, colon cancer, hypertension, and diabetes. Tonight, we're going to continue that conversations with Brother Kevin Simmons, president of Phi Beta Sigma, and Dr. Francis Powell, who's also a member of Phi Beta Sigma, as we focus on another important part of the overall wellness, and that is mental health. This discussion serves as part 2 of our special series leading up to the Men's Health Fair, hosted by Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated this Saturday over at True Vine Missionary Baptist Church. We'll discuss why mental health matters, why trusted community spaces are important, and what attendees can expect when they attend this weekend's event. If you're watching live tonight, drop your questions in the comments. We may bring them directly into the conversation. Brother Simmons and Dr. Powell, welcome back to another night after all of these IT technical difficulties that we had tonight. Yes. And for those of you guys, we apologize for being a little late, but we did run into some technicalities tonight. So y'all, please forgive us. Yes. We're all over the place. We got one person in New York, 2 of us over here in Louisiana. We're just having some fun tonight, but we're gonna make it happen. How are you guys doing this evening?
Doing well. Well, glad to be here. Thanks for having us again tonight. Thank you.
Same.
Again, last night we focused on the physical health. Why was it important to dedicate tonight's conversation specifically to mental health?
Well, mental health is important tonight because it's often the missing piece in the conversation. Okay, while physical health is important, okay, it is equally important for us to pay attention to the mental health side too. Sound body, sound mind. The conversation is important because mental health and physical health, they're closely connected. Stress, trauma, depression doesn't just affect how you feel. They can also affect how you behave. It can affect things like we discussed last night. We know chronic uninterrupted stress can lead to many of those things that we discussed last night: high blood pressure, all those things. Sleep problems. It can affect your immune system to make you more susceptible to other types of physical illness. For example, we know that prolonged stress can increase cortisol levels, that contribute to things like heart disease. And so when we ignore the mental health side, we are undermining the efforts to just improve upon the physical side of it as well. So it's both are equally important.
Mm-hmm. When people hear the term mental health over the next couple of days, and specifically on Saturday, what do you hope they end up understanding about this thing called mental health, Dr. Powell?
Well, I hope they understand that mental health is health. Okay. As I said, mental health affects how we think, how we feel, how we cope with stress, how we make decisions, and how we interact with others. Just as we monitor our blood pressure, our blood sugar, we should also pay attention to our emotional and psychological well-being. Mental health challenges, they're common, they're treatable, and they're nothing to be ashamed of. When we talk about mental health, all sorts of ideas come to mind. Negative stigmas, negative stereotypes, and all of that. But what we want to impress upon people, again, is that mental health is health. And just like we pay attention to our physical bodies, it is equally important for us to pay attention to our psychological well-being as well.
And do you guys believe today more men are beginning to have these conversations about mental health?
Yes, I do. I do believe that men today are paying more attention to their mental health, their psychological well-being for a number of reasons. I think that they have witnessed firsthand things like anxiety, things like depression, and things like suicide, perhaps in their own communities, in their own neighborhoods, in their own families. And I think that culturally speaking, we've gotten to a point now where men are beginning to understand that it is okay to say that I'm not okay. It's okay to ask for help, and asking for help. I think we said this last night. Is not a sign of weakness. Actually, is a sign of strength. It is the ability to self-access, and understand what we need and how to reach for it. And I think that in today's climate, especially with younger generations, they're saying it's okay for me to have some understandings of these emotions that I'm experiencing, that I'm going through, even if I may not be able to articulate it in any kind of meaningful way that could people to understand. But I feel, that something is not right, something is offset, and we need to ask for help with that. And I also think even with the older generation, okay, we're beginning to move away from those ideas that I have to suffer in silence. Okay, that is all right for me to say, hey, something is wrong. What is this? How can we fix it? Yes.
That being said, why do you guys think we as men still hesitate to talk about mental health challenges?
I think I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Brother Simmons. Yeah.
Overall, I think a lot of it is pride. One, and I think we talked about this yesterday, where we talked about the macho, manly side of us men that don't want to be seen as weak, or and I'm gonna use my military background as an example. We were frowned upon in the military when we was wanted to go get help or wanted to be seen, for that. So again, a lot of us as senior, sergeants and stuff like that, we were able to go get seen later on in life, where we could have gotten help earlier in our lives. Of course, back in the day when we were deploying like crazy, we seen a lot of things. So it's it, we had to wait till it was late in our career to go, get seen and go talk to someone, because we felt comfortable later in life rather than earlier than life. But I think it's the biggest thing is pride and that macho side of us men, as men.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I know when my son went to basic training, he told me, he said, "Daddy, we have stress cards," and I was like, "What?" stress, stress card.
Yeah.
And I say, "And you use it?"
Yes.
He said, "Yeah, Daddy. Sometimes I have to pull it out."
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess
It's,
now this is after my time, because we didn't have stress cards over there, bro.
no, yes, it's fairly new.
That's new, huh?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But he didn't have any problems using it. He said, and
Right.
I guess if we would have had it back in the day, we would have pulled it out and used it. As well.
The ace card.
Family members and friends and loved ones encourage men in from y'all's professional standpoint, and if you're talking as a man who, we know how we feel about certain things, and if we just want to give our family members a hint on what they need to be telling folk, or saying that it's okay, how do we work through that one when we're looking for the family to step in when they see something going on and to say something?
Well, I think it's very important first to approach it without judgment. Okay, I think the notion that if I reveal my vulnerabilities to someone, okay, that person who may have once thought of me as this solid rock, may see me in a lesser light, and so that can create some hesitancy to want to reach out. I think what family members can do is to be able to understand when someone one of their loved ones is maybe having a difficult time, suffering in some kind of way. You can see subtle changes in behavior. Someone who may have been talkative all the time, energetic all the time, is all of a sudden now disinterested in those things that once was pleasurable to them. You want to inquire what's wrong without necessarily being pushy at the same time. I guess it's a delicate balance that you have to keep in mind. You have to be able to say, and hopefully you have that relationship with each other where you can speak open and honest with one another, and you can say, "Honey, baby, sugar, is there something on your mind? Is there something worrying you? I'm here to help. How can I help? What do we need to do?" If family members can take that approach, one recognize subtle shift, recognize when things aren't quite right, have a communication pattern where you can feel free to open and honestly talk to one another. Okay, and then I think if you have those things in place, you can safely ask, "Is something wrong?" And that person could comfortably say, "Yes, something is wrong. How can you help? How can I? What do I need to do to get help with this?"
Yeah, I agree that safe space that makes us as men feel a lot more comfortable knowing that it's okay.
And what you, I guess you just answered that part of the question as well. What message would
Mhm.
you give to that man who may be struggling silently right now to say it's okay?
Well, I would say that asking for help is certainly not a sign of weakness. First of all, I mean, and
Mm,
we said that, and we might repeat
Mhm.
that theme several times throughout the night. Asking for help is it's not a weakness. Actually, it's a sign of strength.
mm,
Okay, like I said before, and I'm repeating myself here. Uh, it is self-assessment. Okay, it is self-awareness. Okay, and that's a good thing to have. That's a good trait to have when you know something about you is just not right. My equilibrium is off. I'm out of balance. I'm out of touch. Okay, uh, I find myself getting irritable really easy. Okay, I'm easily distracted. You know,
Mhm.
there's shifts in my sleeping habit and my eating habits. Okay, I tend to isolate. Okay, all of those things is indication that something is off, something is not fair, is out of balance, and ignoring them only exacerbate the problem. It prolongs that discomfort, that suffering, and asking for help is certainly the first step and the first thing you want to do with that.
right, right. And to the other question I want to throw is talking about trusted community support. Why is it so important for our churches, our fraternities, sororities, community organizations, and partners um, in conversations about mental health?
Well, I think for one thing, particularly with churches and fraternal organizations,
Hmm.
and those support systems that are already in your community, uh, I think familiarity is a plus here. Shared
Yeah.
experiences can build trust and credibility. You know,
Hmm.
uh, when black men hear from, and I say black men, but men in general, but since this health fair is I guess targeting black men, I'll use that term. When black men hear from professionals uh, and leaders who understand the realities of some of the things that they face, that face things like racism, economic pressure, trauma, and all those community challenges. That when they see someone who can understand those lived experiences, they are more likely to feel seen, understood, and willingness to engage in conversation, and share with them um, what's going on. Um, I think it's an important for Black men to hear from professionals and community leaders who understand some of the things that they've been through.
Hmm.
Uh, when people
Yeah.
feel that someone understands their experiences, they're more likely to trust them. Okay, and listen to what they have to say. Uh,
Yes.
Seeing someone who shares a similar background, uh, who truly understands the struggles, can help them feel respected. It can help them feel valued uh, and comfortable when asking for help and support. And allow me to just continue on this point for a moment. Um, Most people would agree that unfair treatment and inequality still exist in America, and that many people of color continue to face these challenges because of it. Uh, Many people also understand that things like unequal treatment, discrimination, unfair practices can have long-lasting effects uh, in the Black community, including areas of health, education, and income. Those are some realities that we face. But at the same time, particularly in today's political climate, there are people who seem unconcerned about these issues. I mean, some have even grown tired of hearing about racism and discrimination, and they do not fully understand why these conversations are still important, why they're still happening. Okay, and this can make people who are victims of that marginalization feel misunderstood. It can make them feel ignored, especially when they're already dealing with the stigma of having to ask somebody for help.
Right.
And so that can be challenging. So in a situation like this, I think it's important for someone to hear from someone that they trust, someone that they feel can identify and relate to some of their lived experiences. And if an individual is comfortable, they're more likely to share what's going on with them and help aid that rapport that you need in the helping profession.
So what mental health information and resources will be available at the health fair on Saturday?
As I said last night, we're expecting to have several vendors there. And many of those vendors are licensed clinical social workers. Many of them have agencies that deals directly with mental health issues. We're having representation from substance use disorder clinics and professionals in that field. We have psychologists, like I said, licensed clinicians there, ready and eager to share with the audience the services they provide and what the audience would need to do to go about receiving those services.
Yeah. And will folk have the opportunity to ask questions?
Oh, absolutely, certainly, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. As I said before, we have a list of presenters that's going to present. We have Dr. Vincent Mallory, a physician with the VA hospital. He's going to give us a presentation on some of those things we talked about last night, dealing with prostate cancer, colon cancer, and hypertension. We have a nurse who has a doctorate degree in nursing that's going to speak about diabetes. I'm going to talk about mood disorders, depression and anxiety, and some of those things. We have a panel of guests who is going to share with us their lived experiences with some of these diagnoses and these issues that we're talking about. We have someone who has courageously agreed to talk with us about his lived experience with PTSD. Okay, we have someone who's going to share with us their experience being in the abyss of substance use disorder and their road to recovery and what life is like now. And we're going to have that open forum, that open discussion, and the audience will be able to ask questions. What happened? What inspired you to ask for help? You know, what were some of the challenges that kept you moving forward when progress seems a little slow? Sometimes results aren't immediate. Okay, the term is progress rather than perfection. One step at a time. One step towards wellness is all that we can expect and ask for. And so we have a panel of people that would share those experiences and open themselves up to any questions that the audience might have.
And again, the event is going to talk about the physical and the mental. Why is it so important that we take? Why is it so important that we address mental health and the physical health on on Saturday together?
As I said before, because they're so connected, and they can have an effect on each other. Okay, if I am not feeling well physically, okay, that might have effects on things like my mobility, my energy level, my ability to interact with other people, um, and that could throw me in a state of despair, of dread. You know, it can be create feelings of hopelessness as a response to these physical ailments that I have. Okay, so that's one thing. On the mental side, okay, uh, if I am well psychologically, mentally, okay, then I'm more likely to behave in that way. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to interact with people. Okay, and I'm going to feel good about who I am. And if I don't feel good about those things, if I am under chronic conditions like stress and trauma and all of those kinds of things, that can affect my physical health, my physical well-being. And we all know that the old saying that pressure can burst the pipe. A chronic stress can shorten life expectancy. It can have devastating negative effects on the quality of life, and so those two things, the body and the mind, they're connected. You know, when one thrives and the other thrives. When one is off-centered, the other one is off-centered. So we want that equilibrium. We want that balance. We want that balance between the two.
All right, all right. How does this health fair reflect Phi Beta Sigma's commitment to service, leadership, and community engagement?
So that's a good question. Our fraternity is committed to service and community uplift. Right, hosting this health fair is one way we use our platform to address those critical issues. You know, providing that education, connecting people with resources that can truly make a difference. And it's big for us because we constantly ask ourselves, what can we do to give back to our community? And how can we show our commitment to making better people in our community? And this health fair came to mind. And one thing we wanted to do is make ourselves available for everyone else so they can get the help that they deserve.
Hmm. Is this health fair intended to be just a one-time event or part of a larger effort to improve health outcomes in the community?
We intend on expanding this health fair. We want this to continue, and we want to continue to show ourselves out in the community and providing services for the community.
Living up to y'all's up to y'all's commitment and of service and all of that kind of good stuff. I hear you.
You got it. You got it.
All right. Trying to outpeat the other Divine Nine groups. Let's start something here tonight.
Well, the Divine Nine is certainly welcome to attend our event, and we encourage them to come by. You know, represent yourself. You know.
Well, the cool thing I heard, because I think Dr. Mallory is an Omega, if I'm not mistaken. And so,
well, that's the rumor. That's the rumor. Yes, he is. He's a proud member of Omega Psi Phi. And we have other participants that is part of the Divine Nine as well. Some of our panel guests is part of the Divine Nine.
Well, but what even though we have the individual, the pride in our organizations, it also shows that we are talking about the bigger picture.
Yes.
and
Yes.
that thing
Yes.
that's impacting all of us. And it's
Yes.
okay to have our individual differences, but when it's time to come together and put the BDUs on,
Yes.
it's just
Yes,
like in the
sir.
military. You know, you might
Yes.
have somebody that's dealing with cooking, but you got to eat.
Yes.
You know what I
Got to
mean?
eat. Yes. Yes.
That becomes
Right.
really
Right.
important. You know, you got to have some medics out there.
That's right.
That becomes very
That's
important.
right.
Yes.
You know, you got to have the engineers.
That's right.
You just got to
Yes.
have
Uh-oh.
everybody doing their part. So that's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who all should attend Saturday's health fair?
Well, we want the public to come, and we want to open it up to everyone. We want
Yes.
we want certainly men.
Mhm.
We want husbands. We want fathers. We want sons. We want brothers. We want and we put the emphasis on men, but we also want their families there too. We want the daughters. We want the wives. We want the mothers, the sisters there as well. Maybe they can understand something that will enable them to better relate with their loved one who may be reaching out, who may be experiencing some challenges right now. Maybe it can inspire ways to have conversations that they didn't know of before.
Mhm.
So we hope that we can convey that to those who attend.
And now, Dr. Powell was really professional with that answer, but I'm gonna say it so the people in the back of the room can understand what I'm gonna translate that. You got a stubborn husband, a stubborn brother, a stubborn grandpa, and you need to try to figure out a way to get to them. It's time for you to step over, even though it's men's health fair. It's open to everybody who think that they might need the tools and the resources to help them deal with whatever you're dealing with at home in a better life. I,
Yes.
I hope I hope I broke that down a little bit for you, there, Dr. Paul. You guys
Yeah.
sometimes you got
Well,
to keep it real over here. We
yes.
try to keep things real over here at Urban.
Yeah.
Is there a cost to attend the event?
No cost at all. It is completely free.
Yeah, but y'all do so you can make sure that y'all have all of the right resources and food and all that kind of good stuff. You are asking that people register, but they can come and register the day of or whatever. But if they can register, you do want them to register, right?
Yes, we prefer pre-registration.
Mhm.
That just gives us an idea of what the audience would look like, but it doesn't discourage anyone from not coming.
Mhm.
You can, if you decide at the last minute I want to come, then come, because we'll be at the door. The door will be open, and
Uh-huh.
we'll just register you there.
Okay. All right. All right. You know what? Like I said, I was going to do it at the on-site. I can't put a comment on the post until it happened. So I'm sitting here right now, just hitting me, asking the question that I just asked, and I said, "Oops, I forgot to put that registration thing up there front." Kevin called me and said, "Hey, can we put that on there?" And I said, "Of course, yeah." But you know how we get.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. It's in the post. The
Yeah, it is. It
link
is.
is in the post. So
Mhm. What would you say to someone
yeah.
who's considering attending, but still, a little undecided?
I would say to them that you have nothing to lose,
Mhm.
and potentially a great deal to gain.
Mhm.
Yes.
Whether you're coming for health information, whether you're coming for screening, whether you just want to hear the panel discussion or simply learn more about available resources, come.
Mhm.
I think you'll leave with some valuable knowledge that could benefit you and someone that you love.
Mhm.
So the event is designed to inform and to empower. So please come. Please come.
Before we get ready to depart and all that kind of good stuff, tell us about when, the when, the where, the time, and all of that kind of good logistics type information.
Again, the health fair is going to be this Saturday, June 13th, at True Vine Missionary Baptist Church on Broadway Street in Alexandria, Louisiana, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We will hope to see you there, and we're going to feed you if you come. Yes.
Yes. And a little birdie told me there's door prizes as well.
That's correct. That is correct.
So door prizes as well, huh?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
all right,
That
all right, Mr. President, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we get out of here?
I think I thank you for giving us this opportunity. For those who are listening, please pass the word. The word is out. We are available. We are providing this opportunity for everyone to get some type of lesson learned. Also, that's a chance for you to fellowship, get to know someone that may be going through the same thing you're going through. Hey, you never know, you might meet your cousin out there. You know, just come by. And the last thing I will say is, if you're thinking about it, that means you should come.
All right. You're thinking about it, you should come.
Yes.
And brother Powell, how about with yourself, man?
Well, I think the president that's said it very succinctly. I just ditto come. You know, like I said, you there's nothing to lose, and you probably have a lot to gain. At the very least, it would be an opportunity to spend a Saturday morning fellowshipping with other members of your community, getting to know one another, maybe in a different light, and maybe feel emboldened enough to start believing that you can have conversations with each other. You know, and if we can do that, we can grow as a community. Yes.
Right.
Brother Simmons, Dr. Powell, thank you both for joining us this evening for this important conversation, two-part conversation we've had over the last tonight and last night. We've discussed physical health, mental health, prevention, education, the importance of connecting people with resources that can help improve their quality of life. I think that part, you know, helping to bridge that communication gap there is probably one of the best, you know, one of the most important things that I think a lot of people really are going to take away, and it's going to mean a whole lot. The Black Men's Health Fair is hosted this year by Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. It's going to take place again this Saturday at True Vine Missionary Baptist Church. We over here at Urban Cast encourage everyone to attend, bring a friend, bring a family member, and take advantage of the resources that are available to you. And for you ladies out there, you are invited as well. And you can just tell if the brothers frown upon you over there at Phi Beta Sigma, just tell them Urban Cast says you can come and you can blame us, because we need everybody. We need everybody on this battlefield to help our entire community. So do don't just come yourself. Bring that friend, bring that family member, and take advantage of all of those resources that are there. A special thank you to our silver sponsor, Acadian Ambulance, whose support helps keep Urban Cast bringing important conversations like this to Central Louisiana. I'm Jack, and this has been Let's Talk here on Urban Cast. Coming up next week, we got we're going to be interviewing the council candidates over in Pineville. That I think it's in the District 5 race. Tomorrow night, we're going to be interviewing the executive director of Louisiana Central, Chris Massengill, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming data center here in Central Louisiana, up in the Boyce area. So we'll see you tomorrow night, not at 7, but 6:30. And different things of that nature. And we truly appreciate everyone who joined in tonight. Until the next time, we're going to say good night. If you guys can just hang in there, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream.
I heard about the ENT class through some of my friends. Went to a ride along, took the class, and then I was kind of like, well, here I am.
Getting to meet people that you've helped previously and seeing them on the street, or they've come by the station to say hello and thank you. It's just a rewarding experience. I would do it all over.
Searching for an unforgettable summer for your child? At Old Nell's Farm, campers spend days riding horses, learning horsemanship, caring for animals, making new friends, and enjoying real farm adventures. From beginners to horse lovers, our small camps offer a fun, safe, hands-on experience they'll talk about all year. Old Nell's Farm, DeVille, Louisiana. Call 318-794-9533 to register. Spots are limited.
Hi, this is Pastor Roger L. Green Sr., pastor of the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. We're welcoming you to our worship services on Sunday morning. Sunday school begin at 8 a.m. Worship services begin at 9 a.m. Come and grow with us, a place of faith, family, and fellowship. We would love to have you. Come see us Sunday morning. We'll see you there.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.